Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored. All right, this is the new one from VoicePlay featuring Omar Cardona. Sleeping in the cold below, Warframe. I feel like I have to say it like that because it's in all caps. Appreciate everybody joining me today. Here we go. Ooh. Oh my.
So it's into the void now, me girls and me boys. From mother's hands we go. We'll be sailing to the sun till the voyage is done. Then we'll be sleeping in the cold below, below. Sleeping in the cold below.
Sailing ship is for the hard and the quick.
Good Lord. Oh my gosh. VoicePlay, the thing Home Free came out with a couple weeks ago, with like the pirate thing, and now you got this, like these epic music videos. Like, I love the kind of back and forth here. And it's good to see Omar. This is, obviously Omar was on The Voice a couple of seasons ago and tore it up on there.
We roll our load and go. There's a living to be made or there's hell to pay. When you're sleeping in the cold below, below. Sleeping in the cold below.
Hey!
Sisters below, below, we're going where the winds don't blow. Yeah, we're all bound down to the deep, and we'll all be sleeping in the cold below, below. Sleeping in the cold.
Look at their eyes. Their eyes look awesome with those contacts in. The bass line is just killing it with Jeff. And, I mean, like I said, this is epic. This is like cinematic right here. I feel like this should be like part of a movie soundtrack or something.
below. There's a man on high with the devil in his eye and a golden hand, I'm told. It can hurt you, it can hold you, he can kick you or console you when you're sleeping in the cold below. Oh, sisters, below, below, we're going where the winds don't blow. Yeah, we're all bound down to the deep, and we'll all be sleeping in the cold below, below. Sleeping in the cold below.
He's got such a great voice. Like, he has got such a phenomenal voice. I talk about it all the time. And like I said, I mentioned the bass line. It's so, like, simple, but it's so satisfying. Boom, 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 boom. Very cool. And, man, that range mixed with that riff that he just did.
We're going where the winds don't blow. Yeah, we're all bound down to the deep, and we'll all be sleeping in the cold below, below. Sleeping in the cold below, below, below.
Sisters, you so wise and true, and it's my time to go. Won't you lay me down on the granum crowns, and I'll be sleeping in the cold below, below.
Oh!
Sleeping in the cold.
Funny, I was just about to comment on the drum track. The beatboxing is like next level, and it has been for a while. I don't know. I mentioned Home Free. You know, they did the pirate thing a couple of weeks ago, the like epic cinematic video and arrangement. VoicePlay, obviously, like they've been on this kick of like, man, they're going for like the jugular. They've been doing this for especially the last little bit. Like they just, every video, the outfits, now they got the contacts in, the arrangements. Jeff hits a ridiculously low note, and yet it's like only like the 8th lowest note I've ever heard him hit. But really all 5 of these guys, my goodness gracious. And I was just thinking about this. VoicePlay technically doesn't have a 5th member. Like, cause they had Janon who left, and Janon still comes in and does some stuff with them. But, like, they're just kind of alternating through that 5th member. I wonder if that's just what they're going to continue to do, because, I mean, I love hearing different people come in, especially when it's like Omar here.
Sisters, below, below, we're going where the winds don't blow. Yeah, we're all all bound down to the deep, and we'll all be sleeping in the cold bay. Sisters below, below, going where the winds of the west blow. Yeah, we're all bound down to the deep, and we'll all be sleeping in the cold below, below. Sleeping in the cold, sleeping in the cold below.
Woo! Goodness gracious. Oh, a little behind the scenes. The masks are awesome. That's one thing I've loved about them, like from the first time I heard them, is just how far they go in their music videos to make the whole thing, like, you know, they put the time and effort in, and that was just, I mean, just add that to the list of phenomenal arrangements, phenomenal vocals, all across the board, great video, VoicePlay continuing their streak of A+ arrangements. Building a fort with all kinds of supplies that I found in my garage. Filming my very own TV show on a camera I bought at Walmart. Spending hours on a PlayStation trying to beat Crash Bandicoot Warped. Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored. Jotting down words on a Taylor Swift notebook as I wrote my very first song. Throwing a football at 10 p.m. with some friends in a church parking lot. Singing Nickelback karaoke and laughing until we were sore. Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored. We could use a little boredom. We could use a little boredom today. And the family going out for dinner on a random Tuesday night. Sitting in the yard for hours in October, 'cause it's feeling so good outside. Crying my eyes out on April 13th, the last time that Kobe Bryant scored. Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored. We could use a little boredom. We could use a little boredom today, today, oh today, yeah today. Stopping by my sister's house on the way home to go in and play with my niece. Laying on the couch beside my fiance with Boy Meets World on the TV. Watching Papa fall asleep in his chair and covering our ears as he snores. Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored. Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored. Put the phone down, just be bored. Put the phone down, just be bored. Put the phone down, just be bored.